Hi guys, in today's video it's the first income report of 2025. It's not just the income report though, it's going to be an assessment and a review of KDP so far for me. I'm also going to talk about my plans for 2025 because 2025 is my year of betterment. I'm going to put more time and effort into KDP and YouTube and just see where that takes us. So without further ado, here's how much money I made. So straight away, no frills, that's what I made, 38 to 28. It's not a lot of money, but it's my money. Now, keep an eye on this old books 163. I'm going to talk about that later on. It's very, 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 very important. So this is the amount I made. You can see the zigzags on certain days. Some better than others, some with no sales at all. And if we compare that quickly with what I did last January, it's a similar amount. I earned £8 more this year, but this year I sold 34 books. Last year I sold 36 books. So I sold 2 less books and I made £8 more. That's not loads, but I did put some prices up, if you remember, earlier this month. I put the price up on the Comedy Writers book and on the Gig Diary books, and I think I did increase slightly some of the fashion books. So these are the amount that were brought in. In fact, this is probably a better view for you. So I sold 6 plus size books, and that brought in £3.54. And I think what happened was I wasn't making a lot, maybe 30-40 pence per book. Again, this is another point I'm going to talk about later on. I put the price up, and I still sold a couple more. The comedy writing books, I sold 4 of them and made £6.22. That's a pocket size one, that's 6 by 9. The other one is 8.5 by 11. And as you can see, I sold 2 of those and made over £4. So I'm making over £2, which is, I'll just scroll through these and you'll have a look, pause them if you feel like it. The craft painter pads are interesting. Let's see where. So I sold 2 coffee ones, made nearly £3. 1 more steampunk, made nearly £1. But there's none of me top selling one, which was just steampunk. So that was interesting. An Art Deco phone book, which I made for my YouTube channel. I put it on, and it sold one, surprisingly. And this 5 minutes to self-improvement sold 1 in the US and made, again, we're talking about £1. That's a big book, so it's priced. It cost a fair bit to print, and I've priced it fairly low. To be honest, I would have liked to have got more than 97 pence for it, but you know, it's something I can address. And as you can see, there's still planners and appointment books being sold. So that's the income report. It's not very interesting. Sold 34 books, made £38. Just over £1 a book. Now, what is interesting, or at least to me, is there's 163 books there. That's what I've got, 163 books published. And I went through the list and I did some checking up on actually what books I've got. And I am horrified to admit that out of those 163 books, 94 of them are dated planners. And I think I've only made 2 this year and 2 appointment books. So 90 of those books are out of date. No one's going to buy them now because they're for last year. And 9 of them are seasonal. So there's a couple of Christmas, a couple of Valentine's Day, and a couple of other major holidays. So outside of the dated journals, I've got 66 books or something like that. And if you discount all of the seasonal ones, I've got 60 or less than 60 books. less than 60 books for Evergreen, and I'm trying to make money in this game by selling books, and I haven't got enough books to sell. Now, when I see other income reports and they're making thousands upon thousands, they've got thousands upon thousands of books. So in my peak time, say I'm making 50, 60 quid from Evergreen books during the peak months, whenever that is, I'm only technically selling 60 different books. If I had 600 and it was scaled up, I know it's not that simple, but then that would be 600 quid a month. And if people have got over 1,000 books in the KDP, they've also got more chance to sell them. They've got more of an audience reached. And I'm sat here with my little piddly 60 books, giving myself a slap on the back when I make £38. So that's plan one. Make more books, make more Evergreen books. Make better quality books. Obviously, if you've got 1,000, 2,000 books on your KDP, they're not all quality. You might just have one or two that are quality, and out of those 2,000 books, you might only have 10 books that sell regularly. But if you sling enough poop, some of it's going to stick. So the more books you have, the more chance you've got of hitting on that one that really does sell. So to that end, my goal is to release a minimum of 52 books this year. I'm going to try and do more. And you can upload, I think 4 a day is the limit. So I'll try and do more. I'm also going to, because me planners, academic planners and my yearly planners sell really well, I'm also going to make more of them. And I'm going to start making them when I have a free minute, because it's all done by data merge. I can make them very simply. So for these sort of books here, the interiors are the same for the appointment books. I just put the different dates in, update the cover. So I'm going to make more of those, more of my academic planners. Again, it's the same sort of thing. I'm going to make them earlier, so I've got them ready. So I don't have to, like now I've got a lot of free time in between January and March. As the year kicks in, I get very busy and I've only got one day off a week, and I don't want to spend that day at my computer. So I'm going to get prepared for that earlier. I want to release different Evergreen niches, which involves doing another thing which I don't do, more keyword research. Don't just make books that I want to make, even though they are fun. Also make books that people want to buy. That's the important thing. So that is step one for my plan of 2025. Just make more books. It's as simple as that. And as I've got the time, the early part of the year, I'm going to knock out as many books as I can now, including books that I'm planning on selling in November, December. So use your time wisely. The second thing I'm going to do, and for this, you're going to get a sneak peek into next month's /February royalty report. So it's the 2nd of February, 9:30 in the morning as this is getting recorded. And I made £6.90 yesterday, which isn't bad. I quite like that. But if I scroll down here, you'll see there was 5 copies of this 100-day guided journal. All went to the US, so I'm imagining it's one bulk order from someone. So 5 books made $8.55, and then I sold a composition notepad, which you can't tell there because there's no royalties. But if I go to orders, you'll see one composition notebook. That's the one that sold. So there's no royalty there. I was thinking that's a bit weird, but is it just delayed? And it is not delayed. I looked this book up, and for some reason, this shows you how lax I am around this sort of thing. So this is my KDP page, and I've put composition on $6.99, which isn't not a bad price. $6.99, and then bang, $4.22. Where on earth is that? Is that from? Another $4.22. Madness. And this was done 2 years ago, so I don't know why. Well, 2 and a bit years ago. I don't know why it's $4.22. It's not the sort of price I would put on. And then you go to edit book pricing. The minimum price can be is $4.73. Obviously, Amazon will put the prices up, but it's madness. I don't know why it's $4.22. I must have done it, but I don't know why. I can't imagine. $4.22 is madness. It's below the minimum, so I don't get any royalties, and Amazon don't get as many as they think they do. So what I'm going to do is put these prices up. I'm going to put them all at $6.99, and we'll see what happens. If they sell, then I'll get more money. Like $1.35 is better than $0. You don't have to be a mathematician to work that out. So if they don't sell, I've lost nothing because I was getting nothing from them anyway. There's a good chance that I've sold some more throughout the year and just haven't realised, and I'm making no money on them. This UK VAT thing is really annoying me. I don't know. Sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's there, but it makes no difference to the price. I don't think they've worked it out yet. So I'm going to go through my entire list of evergreen books. So my log books, which aren't many of them. My composition books, again, not many of them. And I want to make sure I'm making at least some money on them. We'll start off at $6.99 for these, making $1.35. And then going forward, we might even put the price up a bit more. So that's the 2 bits of advice. First of all, if you don't have any books, you're not going to make any money on here. And out of those 163 books I've got, I'm really only selling 60 of them all year round, which is stupid. And go through your back catalogue and make sure you're actually making royalties, because the prices increase, understandably. But if you don't keep an eye on it, the books at the lower end of your price spectrum, that royalty will get eaten up. So that's advice 2. Go back, check your prices, put them up. And step number 3 for me is follow my own advice. Because I've had some correspondence with people saying that, obviously this January I've released a video every day, and I got an email from someone saying that they like the videos and they're thankful for them, which is much appreciated, and that they make, and they said how much they're making from their craft paper pads, and they make more in a month than I make in a year. They make more in a month selling craft paper pads than I make in a year selling my entire back catalogue. So that's another thing. Follow my advice. Put my prices up, make more books. With those 3 things, I will make 4 figures, excluding decimal points, this year. So that's it for today's video. Just a little income report and a plan for the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.